communication with younger children who's always there, up until about 10 or 11, and then you get an age group where they don't want to talk to you because they feel that you might be asking them things that they don't want to tell you. That's how I feel. I feel that between about 11 and about 15 or 16, there's a suspicion as to why we should talk to them anyway.
Well, they've got a lot more money to spend. That's so they do different. They can afford different things and things to buy where we couldn't.
Totally different. I mean, look at what you've got today that were never even invented when we were young. All we did was play when we were young. We didn't have all loads of Christmas presents and things like that. You were lucky if you got an apple and an orange, you know. And what you don't have, you don't miss.
What could young people learn from you?
What could they learn from us, Ken? All the wrong things, probably. Because we've been young at one time and we know exactly what... in fact, a favourite questions of my grandchildren say, Grandpa, tell us the things that you used to do that were naughty. So, but yeah, I think there's a lot of things that young people could learn from older people.
Yeah.
They could perhaps learn to be more confident in themselves so that they don't sort of hide in corners and try and avoid adults. They should come out and meet us and know what we're all about.
I was 13 years of age. I lived in a little village then in Kent when war broke out. And I can remember that very clearly now. When within an hour of the war breaking out, the bombers were over us.
How was it different from you growing up to now?
I think we were much less observed. I think we could get on with things and there was nobody looking over our shoulder all the time.
How did it feel to do all that travelling, having lived in a small village all your life?
Oh, it was exciting, really. Frightening, but exciting. Because I'd never left the village before that, you know. I went in at 17, and when you see things that I saw, which you couldn't believe was happening, you know, because it was a different way of life. I mean, I saw Bowson, and I mean, that was, you know, that was indescribable. We didn't know about the concentration camps till we found them. You know, the way they found them was strange. It was just an ordinary everyday happening. We saw this German staff car coming out of the woods, and with German officers in, and they were arrested immediately and taken prisoner. And then one of the officers said, "Where have they come from?" So he said, "We better go and have a look," and that's where they found Bowson. You ought to know about all these atrocities during the war, because you're the only ones when you grow up that hopefully will see it doesn't happen again. Because it could easily happen again if we don't, as you're seeing in the world now, what's going on.
No, I don't think there's communication between the groups. I think the young people tend to stay together and the older people do. There's not anything like this in my area.
What could young people learn from you?
I don't really know.
Well, I'd like to think I've got a bit of wisdom. I could tell you a lot about the things that happened when I was younger.
How do you feel about the young people in your area?
Mixed. Some's good and some not so good.
Do you think there's much communication between the two groups?
No. Not a lot.
Why do you think that?
They don't seem as though they want to mix.
Goodness, well, you know, we didn't have television really. Television used to come on about twice a week.
Yes.
And I think you don't. It's not always better. We could play in the street. We didn't have traffic to bother about. Not very much, anyway. I mean, if a car went by when we were little, we used to run to the pavement and wave.
How many Bond films are there? So, you've got the main star Terminator.
Yeah.
What does he do now? What's his current job? Not really, no. Who was the hero of the 39 Steps? Question 12. Which former Belper resident appeared in Flash Gordon? create a world record by having the most generations alive in one family, according to the internet. So how many generations did they have in their family? The answer is 6. I'll accept 6 as the correct answer. Any others are wrong. How many years did they span? If no one gets it, the closest gets a point.
95.
We've got 95. Someone's got it exactly right. It is 103.
Don't you ever say I can't do maths again.
Another great one. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Give another round of applause for yourself.
Thank you.
This is nice and gently.
Drive you home.
Oh, thank you, Duck.
Welcome anytime.
Down, hold it. Gently. Oh, you're baboon.
Alright, I'm fine, look.
Hold it. Yeah, you're clever.
Oh, look, copper. Oh, it's got to go in my handbag.
A bit tired. Oh, it's tiring, isn't it?
People with their walking sticks, young people stand and take the biscuit, a rifle off 2 times and all the stereotypes.